graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
This week on Two Strangers One Podcast, Chris tries to remember all the full names of the Golden Girls, and Austin does his taxes.
The difference between a champ and a chump is the U.
One man didn't fucking want pickles.
You never jerk off in the car?
Why would I jerk off in the car?
You ever jerk off at work?
Got a little too real. Unlike Jesus.
Do no harm and stay the fuck away from apples.
No, I'm fine. I'm gonna live forever.
Look, it's a wigger!
And was immediately ashamed of myself, but like also kind of proud of myself.
I don't wear the same pair of socks twice. Stranger!
It's just a coincidence that you were talking about the Jack and Triumph show, and I'm here. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers One Podcast. This is podcasting.
You're listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. Subscribe to us on iTunes or on the Stitcher app for Android devices. Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.net. And now, here's Chris Cologne and Austin Schutte.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin.
And we're on our way to work for our 12-hour shift. Yes.
Man, I hadn't even thought of that until just now.
Aren't you glad I reminded you?
Oh, you're an asshole. Alright, so we got shit to talk about today.
Yeah,
I want to jump in with something first something gross, then something funny, that we can get to the real terrifying shit from this morning. So today, last week I got teeth pulled. And I've had what I thought was like this just bad canker sore or something from where they put the Novocaine in on the left side of my mouth. And it was like, I threw my phone inside my mouth and took a picture. I was like, oh, it's all yellow and shit. It's gross.
Yeah.
And then today, I finally, was just dicking with it with my tongue, and something dropped out, and it was like old lettuce that healed into the wound or something.
Wait, but old lettuce from last week or old lettuce from God knows when?
From I'd imagine like Taco Bell from a few days ago or something.
Oh, okay.
So
That's still...
It was pretty gross that like there was just this little tiny ribbon of lettuce that healed into my mouth. And then another quick story. I like to think that in like shitty situations, I'm pretty good at just kind of grinning and bearing it and just kind of dealing with it. You know, like I don't get pissed. I'm not a dick to people, even if like something upsets me. Right? Mm-hmm. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's.
So I was at McDonald's today at my house, and they've always fucked up my order in some way. I have a really, I think, simple order. Number one, a Big Mac meal with no pickles and a Coke with no ice. That's easy, right?
Okay, go on.
So. That's easy, right?
Yeah, no pickles, no ice.
If you were working at McDonald's, you could handle not putting things somewhere, right?
Tastes like piss and flies.
Like if someone tells you there's things that you don't have to do, you'd be like, oh, cool, I don't have to do this, and not do it.
Well, that being said, I just having McDonald's workers now have to not get the burger off the fucking heated sun lamp tray that they keep the food on. Right. They actually have to start from scratch, which is a cousin of mine. When she worked in McDonald's, she basically told me every time you go to McDonald's, you should order something, a little specialty, so they make it brand new, because you don't know what's happened or where it's been or how long it's been there and so on and so forth. But go on.
So they give you your drink first, so I got a Coke with ice in it. And I waited really fucking patiently. My food comes up. I say, hey, don't want to make a big deal. It's just I asked for no ice. So guy's making me a new drink, and I figure, fuck it. While he's at it, I'll check my burger. And there's fucking pickles on it. So he brings back the drink, and I say, oh, I didn't want these either, and slapped the fucking pickles on the counter and left. And was immediately ashamed of myself. But like also kind of proud of myself. It's like every fucking time it's either they give me ice or they give me pickles. And today they gave me both. I left with neither.
And now I'm falling down.
And now I have to now I have to drive 5 extra minutes to go to the McDonald's down the street.
I'm crossing Rochester with a bag full of guns.
Not
taking out retribution.
Fucking McDeath Wish. One man didn't fucking want pickles.
Defense.
Which I just realized is kind of a recurring theme that I don't like pickles. So like
Tommy B. This is a conspiracy.
I've fired the first fucking volley, man. I've declared war on your disgusting old cucumbers.
Big pickle conspiracy.
That's all they are. They're just old fucking cucumbers. So that was my day, with the exception of the other thing. But I've talked a lot, so you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it is sort of funny when you're a fan of something. Like, I'm a fan of Star Wars, and people know that. I'm a fan of Metallica, and I know that. And coincidentally, Metallica today they're announcing tour dates. And so I'll have the occasional friend who will tag me in a post, like Metallica. There's literally Metallica's announcing their tour dates today, and then someone will put in the comments Chris Cologne. They'll at me, and it's like I follow Metallica.
But how much would it really affect you if you woke up one morning and saw James Hetfield survives massive heart attack?
Oh yeah, no. My point is that when the people who tag you in things yes, I'm a fan, I am aware, and then there were people this morning who were also sort of tagging me and adding me at Kevin Smith suffers massive heart attack this morning. Now, mind you, I've already friends on my page, and I follow Kevin Smith on Facebook. He made a Facebook post, and he made a Twitter. Well, the Twitter I think is just a reflection of. No, excuse me. I think he's active on Twitter. Facebook just reflects his Twitter.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's a picture of him in the fucking hospital bed. Fucking, the cannula.
Tubes? Can you just call them tubes?
The tubes up your nose.
I'm all fucking clinical, man. My idol just had a heart attack.
Yeah, tubes up his nose. At first, when I first saw the picture, I'm like, oh, is he filming some sort of weird thing that his character has to be in bed? Because he's always doing little offshoot side projects and stuff like that. Like, oh, maybe he's doing some funky anthology film thing where he's a guy in a fucking hospital bed. No. He goes, I almost shook loose this mortal coil.
Yeah. Hamlet referencing motherfucker.
And I was sort of and it definitely makes you take pause and realize holy shit.
And I'm happy that my first hint of that going on was his post, because it's Kevin Smith typed this, he's fine.
Yeah.
Because then I look at it all right, well, is there more to the story since that post? And every headline's Kevin Smith suffers massive heart attack.
Yeah, and it's HuffPost,
right,
and RollingStone.com,
and they all throw massive in quotes because he called it a massive heart attack. But we don't know if it was really massive. Don't be dicks.
Well, I forgot, and I wish I remembered the nomenclature, but he said the such and such aorta,
the Widowmaker,
which is called the Widowmaker. And we all knew. He makes fat jokes about himself. We all knew he wasn't in the best of health. The guy smokes weed like a fucking chimney.
But they got weed chimneys now.
Well, if you were that kind of rich where you could just pour weed into a chimney, Kevin Smith would go that's just like me.
I guarantee Willie Nelson's got a weed chimney. Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg have weed chimneys,
and they just take pulls off the top.
Was that racist of me to go for Willie Nelson before Snoop Dogg?
No. Willie Nelson's been around longer. Willie Nelson's probably been smoking weed before fucking Snoop Dogg was a fucking thought in his father's head.
And he's much whiter. That's important to me too.
Oh, you're giving us a real glimpse into your psyche over here.
Wait, shit, no, that's all I meant.
But yeah, it's really kind of now, when I think about my own mortality, because I know I'm a fat fuck. And ever since I had the gastric bypass surgery, which we mentioned in the last episode, my blood pressure has actually been in check. Of course, it's a little elevated. It's always sort of, the doctor's always
It's just above average instead of star student, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
It's always you should do something.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're on borrowed time, all right? Let's fucking, hop on a fucking bicycle once in a while.
You need to be less people.
But is this going to be weird that I use, and I hate to say this, and I love you, Dad, I use my dad as my barometer? Because I have the same body type.
If I'm healthier than my dad, I'm good.
Well, no, I was I have the same body type as my dad. Our temperaments are very similar, and we look alike, and everything like that. And I'm if my dad gets a heart attack now, that means I got about 28 years to go.
Right. I get that.
I mean, is that a really fucked up thing? And Dad, I love you.
I'll say it's not fucked, but it's also not how it works.
Yeah. Well, it's also like
it's a cool baseline to work off of, but like, don't just like wait for something bad to happen and be like, all right, I got this much time to get my shit together. I don't want to get shot at 80.
Yeah, I'm already living on borrowed time, not really, but I use my dad as my barometer,
right.
And I'm like, if my dad gets a heart attack, then I know, okay, but I'm 48, I'm 40 now, so 28 years from now, like if I'm 68, I better get my shit together before I hit 68.
Like, oh shit, my birthday's coming up. I better go for a walk.
Some extra lettuce on that burger, please. But he's talking about going vegan.
Yeah.
Now, he did lose a lot of weight. We're talking about Kevin Smith. Yeah. He lost a lot of weight when he cut sugar out.
Yeah.
Which...
He went no dairy for a little bit.
Yeah. But like he said, but to him, dairy was his indulgence. Yeah. Milk was his indulgence because toast being the...
Can you say toast a few more times?
Toast.
You know what toast means in Spanish?
Tose?
Cough.
Oh.
Jarabe de toast, cough syrup.
Ah.
We package it. You should know these things, man.
I should. I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
not that you really notice it, of course.
You're a Puerto Rican who works at a pharmaceutical company. You should know what cough is in Spanish.
I'm sort of Rican.
Sort of.
But I was...
You're white in everything you name.
Well, it's, then my parents get mad at me for not speaking Spanish. I'm like, you didn't teach me. And everyone's like, you're Puerto Rican? You don't speak Spanish?
No, nobody taught us.
Yeah. And I love it when it's like let's be real, when it's like a black person. Yeah. Like, you don't speak Spanish? Like, do you speak Swahili, motherfucker? Yeah,
I'm Irish, I don't speak Gaelic. Was that Gaelic or, like, really offensive Islamic? Also Islamic, not a language.
It's a leprechaun having a heart attack.
Oh, fuck. Too soon.
Oh, fuck. They're never gonna find me fucking gold. They should have wrote it down.
Took it to his fucking grave.
Fuck. His grandkids are like fucking just... They showed up, and they're taking selfies at his funeral. So where's the gold?
They read the will, and it's like, you fuckers aren't getting a thing.
Marry the dark one.
God, Jesus Christ. Why is it a racist leprechaun? He's got in his will, it's
I don't want mixed grandchildren.
He's like, why? That is not Irish at all.
Scottish.
No, it was not. That was Saudi Arabian at the absolute best. They're reading the leprechaun's will, and it's like, I know none of you would have been here if you didn't think you were getting something, and that's why you get nothing. You've always been after me, Lucky Charms.
Fuck. Oh, man, there was a comedian, I want to say it was a comedian called Earthquake, which is his legit, like, stage name.
Okay, I've got a picture in my head of this person.
And he's talking about how John Kerry married...
the
Heinz lady.
Yeah.
He married fucking Heinz. That bitch own ketchup. Which I thought it's funny because if you own Heinz, you own ketchup. Like, who fucking gets other than Heinz ketchup unless you're fucking like strapped financially? Oh, we're going to this barbecue.
No, the store brand's fine.
Yeah. Like you're going to a barbecue and you're like, oh fuck, I don't feel. I got to save a couple bucks. I'll buy the store brand version of the ketchup.
I brought food. You bring food?
Yeah, bro.
You bring eggs?
No.
You always bring eggs. That'd be funny to make fun of you for bringing eggs on the day Kevin Smith had a heart attack.
Is that a cholesterol thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Yes, eggs are only a cholesterol thing. Their nutritional value is, hey, if your liver doesn't produce cholesterol, eat an egg.
Ah.
Other than that, it's just, they taste all right, man.
Aren't eggs good for you?
I mean, like...
They're high in cholesterol? No, but high cholesterol is bad, yes.
Right. High cholesterol is bad. Eggs are very high cholesterol. So, like, any kind of protein you're getting from the eggs is, for the most part, offset by the fact that it's also raising your cholesterol.
But if you eat the egg whites, it's less cholesterol.
Right. You guys having fun listening?
All right, so I had a guy, when I was a correction officer in Sing Sing, there was this big bodybuilder correction officer who he used to come in and he used to hard boil like a fucking dozen eggs and eat just the egg whites. Right. And so me being the fat fuck that I am, he would eat the egg whites. I'm like, what are you going to do with all the centers? He goes, I throw them out. I said, no, I'll fucking eat them. You're the worst, absolute worst person.
I'm going to eat these egg whites and use that to get stronger. Okay, I'm going to eat the yolks and use that to die sooner.
And he was one of those like real douchebaggy alpha male types, and he was like
symbiotic relationship.
And he goes, because everyone calls by their last name. Cologne. The difference between a champ and a chump is the U. Real fucking douchebaggy kind of guy. But he gave me free egg yolks.
That all being said, that is my new mantra. The difference between a champ and a chump is the U.
Jesus Christ.
He's the son of God. He can do whatever he wants.
It's bad enough he had holes in his hands, man.
That was
awkward silence.
That was what's bad enough. Dude, do you know what happened to Jesus? Dude, he got holes in his hands for our sins.
Oh yeah, there's the whole beating, and yeah, I've seen fucking Passion of the Christ.
And the stabbed with a spear, and the up there for days, and the never existing. Like, I'd be pissed if I never existed, man. Got a little too real. Unlike Jesus.
Soundbite.
Actually, yeah. That's a good thing for that. NBC's going to sue you over soon.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's, don't use tell them Steve Dave music. That's actionable. Yeah, and fucking Saturday Night Live isn't. Universal Studio.
Well, it's just, at that point, I'm like, oh, fuck it, he's not even trying. I'm just going to let this happen.
I got a check from the Jack and Triumph show for Universal. That counts, right?
No.
Doesn't give you carte blanche to fucking illegally take trademark music.
I don't think they're throwing you a $1 menu meal a year so that you can steal from them. Feels like they're already giving you what they're going to give you. I actually get less than them, so I have more of a right to steal from them.
But that's not. I mean, when I was looking it up, that's like just audio from the actual clip. Mm. Like that's not a song. Like it's just, I guess I thought it was a song that they just took from somebody.
Oh, did you Shazam it or something?
I was I looked it up on YouTube, and you would think pretty much YouTube, even the most like random songs you could find on YouTube, that the David S. Because all I could find was the music, but with like laugh track over it and stuff like that. I couldn't just find a clean.
Proud of you for rolling through that hiccup.
Copy.
I hope it was a hiccup, man. This isn't a good day for people's hearts. I have to cancel the second recording session of this podcast.
Fucking crazy died on the line. And stuff like that.
And he doesn't even have a will.
Yeah.
He's 40 and doesn't have a will, so I can't even get his recording shit to finish the podcast.
Well, shit, I think I left it to Paul.
Do you
I don't have a will. No, I mean, I would assume that. Well, I'm so much in debt, it's not even funny.
Right, but you're a middle-aged, at-risk father. You should have a fucking will.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have my old New York State pension, which I still technically owe money to, but they have some of mine, and my daughter's a beneficiary on that. I had to readjust it a couple years ago because I still had my ex-wife on it. I'm like, fuck that bitch. Which, mind you, I started that shit before I got married and ended it after I got married. After I got divorced. So, I don't know.
So it's all yours?
It should be all mine. She has no fucking claim to it.
That's the grandfather clause, so that might be a Jim Crow thing. I forget. One of the two, though. It's either about prison pensions or Jim Crow.
I mean, what do I have? My PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Raven gets it. Everything goes to Raven.
All right.
I guess.
Put that in writing somewhere, though. So your ex-wife doesn't come out of the woodwork and be like, well, he kind of owes me this, don't you think? We were married.
I put you through fucking culinary school.
Right.
Everything you've done from this point on, you can thank me.
That's an excellent argument. Are you going to be there to make it?
No.
Make a will, motherfucker. Just type something up, print it, and put it in an envelope in your house somewhere. They'll find it and they'll handle it.
All right, this fucking Kevin Smith got us all worried about our fucking mortality.
No, I'm fine. I'm going to live forever.
26-year-old.
Throw apples at doctors all the time. Apple a day.
You can have it back.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Fucking guy.
Just got to whip them really fucking hard. I use crab apples. Easier to be precise. What if doctors were like vampires, but instead of garlic, it's apples?
An apple a day keeps the doctor away?
Yeah, maybe that's what they meant.
Oh.
Probably not. That wasn't insightful or funny. I'm sorry.
Part of the Hippocratic Oath. Do no harm and stay the fuck away from apples.
All right, he's got a pretty serious infection in his Adam's apple. Oh, well, he's on his own then. Have one of the nurses do it.
Fuck that.
This is the apple a day. This is keeping me away. That's why men die more than women. That's not a real statistic.
Is that not the case? No, we die sooner. Men die sooner.
Maybe, but like, it's just men die more than women. No, everyone dies, and then it's about half and half split.
You don't even think about that. Yeah, we all die.
Right. You know, a man is 80% more likely to die than a woman. What?
So there's like 300-year-old women walking around, 400-year-old women.
Take a sample set of everyone that was alive 100 years ago. 99.9% of them are dead. That 0.1% are all female.
I don't know, there's certain things that people like, and I'm like, if you all like it, then there's something wrong with it. And I'll catch things like later on. I catch like shows like a syndication that like I would never watch when they're prime time.
Speaking of which, I'd love to read your spec script for The Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah.
You know, if a lot of people like it, there's something wrong with it. But man, that show's delightful, isn't it?
I like it. I mean, I liked it enough to write a script about it. I mean, it's not up to date. It's sort of like what would be like.
It's so popular, though.
Oh, yeah, it is popular, but I think I started liking it before. I liked it before.
I liked Big Bang Theory before it was cool.
Yeah, I certainly felt that way because nobody I knew was talking about it. You know, that was like before it started winning awards and stuff like that. And we're back.
Is anyone truly back, though, man? If you really think about it,
you're never gone, man. As soon as you're gone, you can never come back, man.
It can be neither created nor destroyed, and therefore, fuck, dude.
We were always here, man.
It fucking feels like it was a 12-hour shift. Yeah, we were basically always here. Remember when Obama was president? We started this fucking day then.
Today has been a long day, because, like, I got up, like, I got up, like, what, 5:45 so I could get my daughter to school on time. I usually go home and fucking sleep a little more before the day starts, but I kind of just hung out this morning.
Nice.
And came to work. So, in a couple hours, I would have been almost up 24 hours.
Damn. I'm similar, but I was up at 7. Fuck. This is gonna be a fucking junk episode. Dude, did you see whatever fucking animal that was?
No.
Holy shit, there was like probably a deer and then just fucking blood as far as the eye could see for like 50 feet. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a junk fucking recording, but let's see what it's got.
Well, you ever hit a deer?
I've never hit a deer. I've been in a car that hit a deer, but it wasn't my problem or fault.
Yeah, I was driving back home from Sing Sing when I worked there back in 99, 2000, 2001.
NYC represent, sorry.
And, what was that?
I said NYC represent.
NYC?
Is that where Sing Sing is?
Well, no, actually, Sing Sing is actually 40 miles north of New York City. So I was like putting like 80 miles a day on my car just to go to work.
Westchester represents?
Actually, technically past Westchester, but it wouldn't be too far from Xavier's school.
Yeah. That's up on Graymalkin Lane, yes.
And it's funny because you said
why
earlier.
Why did we do Baines?
I was trying to do a Patrick Stewart.
Neither of us did. Neither of us hit it.
Lurkin.
I was going for that too, but we both did Bane.
Lurkin.
But not like our good Banes. It's quesalupa from Taco Bell. Get it with chicken. Get it with steak. We cook the cheese right in the shell.
I have seizures and killed everybody.
My tongue is affixed to this icy pole.
Oh, that was,
I wanted a Red Ryder BB gun, but they told me I'd shoot my eye out. Oh, fudge! Yeah, let's just quote that.
Christmas carols, Christmas story.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart's A Christmas Story. Let's just quote funny YouTube videos for this whole ride home. Tell me if you like that shit.
I'm a banana, I'm a banana, I'm a banana. Look at me move!
Did you ever see the thing they did on Touch.0 with that?
No.
That guy hosted a game show called Knife or Banana. He's got his hands behind his back, and he's like, knife for banana, knife for banana, knife for banana, which will you choose? And then someone just picks a hand, and he stabs them with either a knife or a banana. It's very funny.
What if they're both knives?
Well, that was the payoff of the joke, because he picked banana, then he stabs him with the banana, and he starts bleeding.
And when I was driving home from Sing Sing, and it's funny, because earlier you'd mentioned Ride the Lightning, which comes from Old Sparky, which was the name of the electric chair at Sing Sing, which wasn't there anymore when I was working there. but the officer's locker room was in that same building where the electric chair was. It was very fucking scary. When like the shift ended at 11, but you got a late relief or whatever, so now it's like 11:30 and everyone else is gone for the day, and you're there by yourself like at 11:30 in this dead quiet fucking building where I swear I heard things that were probably supernatural.
You just hear a whisper down the hall.
And so demon. On the way home, I saw a deer in the road. I had slowed down. The deer crossed the road. Then, as I accelerated, now the deer crossed the road. The deer like panicked and ran back. And by the time like I slowed down, he basically like headbutted my driver's side mirror off. And I had fucking blood and deer hair, deer hair, all down the side of my car.
I'm sorry, you want my input at one point.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it was more like 3:15 in the morning.
It's
3:30.
It's past 3:15, so. Well, I shouldn't talk about zoning out while I'm the one driving. I highway hypnosis. I'm focused. I've got the Mario Kart curve sense going on. I just wasn't totally present for what you were saying. I remember everything you said. It just
in a process.
Yeah,
it entered the RAM.
It was sitting in
but not the hard drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna ram you hard in the drive. It's really fucking late, man.
You're just operating heavy machinery, and now you are now operating heavy machinery.
Right, aren't cars heavy machinery? It's funny, you know. You see on Menace, it's like don't take while operating heavy machinery, and like you always think forklift, even though they really mean cars.
I'm operating a thrasher.
Right.
Fuck.
Wait, a thresher or a thrasher?
Thresher? Is it a thresher or a thrasher?
Well, you said thrasher, and that's super fucking badass.
Operating a thrasher. Yes, I'm sitting on the back of Andrew WK.
I'm just playing Tony Hawk.
I'm sitting on the back of Andrew WK, but I can't because I'm taking too much cough syrup. So apparently, so is he.
Yeah, dude.
And because he wants to party. Oh no! I should have taken all that scissor. Because now I'm on the back of Andrew WK.
Who the fuck is Andrew WK?
The guy from, he was big in like 2004.
Cool.
And, it's I want to party hard, let's get the party hard, let's set the party hard, let's set the party hard. When it comes to party, we will always party hard. It was sort of like, who sings that? Andrew WK.
Let's keep it that way. Boom! Fucking got you!
Oh, now you wake up. Oh, now he fucking comes from the
It was
sleeping a moment ago.
It was obfuscating sleepiness there so that I could get you with that. Oh. Like I woke up as soon as I saw the opportunity. I'm like, dude, if I pretend I'm still really fucking tired, he's gonna fall for this because he's just, thinks I'm not following the conversation. When really, it's the ultimate setup. It's the perfect ruse.
The long con. This whole night has been a long con.
It was maybe like a 15-second con, but sure, we'll call it a long con. Like, as soon as you start singing, I'm like, oh, here it comes. The Red Bull's kicking in, but he doesn't know that. He's going to take pity on me, thinking I'm just a sleepy boy, and he'll repeat himself. And that's when I strike.
And he turned into a snake, and then he bit me. You know I like snakes.
He's like, hey, it's me, and he bit me. No, then he stabbed me. We were 8. So I didn't know that Andrew Dice Clay did music.
It was Andrew WK.
Yeah, from Fort Fairlane. It's Dice Clay.
And he always wears like a white T-shirt. And he kind of has like greasy long hair. And at the cover of the album, he has like a bloody nose. I think he literally had like his friend punch him in the face right before they took the picture for the album cover.
What a fucking loser.
And he writes these very energetic songs. And he kind of, he waves his arms up and down like that.
Yeah, it's a podcast. They can't see.
Well, I mean, I'm showing you.
I'm driving.
I'm pretty sure. Our audience, I'm pretty sure Tommy B knows who Andrew WK is.
It was just this big whooshing noise on the microphone for you swinging your arms up and down. You're like, I'm sure Tommy K. Tommy B. Sorry, Tommy K. I didn't mean to compare you to that fucking asshole.
So
I think we got some
Andrew
stuff.
WK he's known for being like this hard rocker guy.
Right. Do you remember why you brought him up?
Because I accidentally said I'm sitting on the back of a Thrasher.
Yeah, it's okay.
So it's sort of funny that a guy like jumping into like a mosh pit, and that's sort of like his thing, jumping into mosh pits and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy who's
just when I hear Thrasher, I think of the skateboard magazine.
Which for some reason has become like the new city trend.
Yeah, you wear your Thrasher shirt.
Yeah, it's where you're like your Thrasher shirt.
So that people know that you're aware of Thrasher shirts.
Yeah.
Because I doubt any of you actually read Thrasher.
Yeah.
I read Thrasher about twice a year. It's when I'm taking a shit at my brother's house. That's what he's got in the bathroom. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's see. Did Daewon Song do any cool dark slides this month? He did not. At least not on camera for Thrasher magazine.
A new Vans ad. I really want checkerboard Vans.
Well, it says here Rodney Mullen's old as fuck. Interesting. Take this quiz to find out if you're as big of a douche as Chad Muska. Ooh, I'm not. Because fucking no one is. That's the whole quiz. Are you Chad Muska? No. Then no.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 17.
Sick burn on Chad Muska.
I have to know who that person is. I don't know who that person is. It sounds generically white enough to be a skateboarder.
Yeah, but the thing is that he like has cornrows and like fucking, dresses up like a basketball player and shit. He's like what we would call back in the day a wigger, but I feel like that's
and a post Black Panther world.
Yeah, like I don't like.
I'm so fucking woke, man.
Yeah, it's like. It's insulting to white people, but I feel like it's also insulting to black people to say wigger. And don't bleep me saying it or anything because, it's in context.
It's words.
We're discussing the word. I'm not calling someone other than Chad Muska a dirty fucking wigger. We'll be right back.
What's his face? Kramer. Oh, those words. Those words. They'll get you those words. Look, it's a wigger!
Before I get into this argument, we'll be back with more dick and fart jokes.
This episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast is brought to you by Comics Etc. 1115 East Main and North Goodman at the Hungerford Building, door number 8. Find out more information at comicsetc.biz or like them on Facebook at facebook.com/comicsetc1.
Did you ever see a film at such a young age it left you traumatized with cinematic wounds? Necrophilia. It's a dead issue, man. Don't push it. Cinema Psyops is a weekly podcast documenting an ongoing experiment on the mind of an unwilling test subject.
No one should have to watch this movie.
Oh, no one should have to watch this?
No one should have to watch this movie.
Surprisingly, it's not a topic that a lot of people really want to tackle.
I'm shocked, prudes.
I know, really.
Right?
It's the next sexual frontier that no one wants to explore.
I am, in the most sincerest of senses, disappointed in you.
It takes a powerful goddess like Connie, jam her arm down the monster's throat and kill it. Oh, I'm still tripping out over that. Even as a kid, I was like, I gotta find a girl like that. Every week, I get a new look of disappointment that I never thought I could get out of.
Unimaginable. At 12 years old, you should not be watching this movie.
Obviously.
At 13, you should not be. 14, you shouldn't be. I'm not entirely sure even 17-year-olds should be watching this.
Just because you're offended by something doesn't mean that you have the right to demand that it doesn't exist. Watching this film again, I had all of this little nerd glee with everything that kept
little
popping
history
up.
all popping up
absolutely.
at you.
So I totally loved this film.
Hey, I know why you couldn't see that. It's because your brain's warped from watching this shit at 12 years old.
Yeah, this is a rough movie. I told you ahead of time when we were getting ready to do it that it was going to be a rough.
How could you watch this shit at 12?
Because physical wounds heal, cinematic ones don't. Listen to Cinema Psyops.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. You can leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back.
Number 6 of the hostage crisis.
Seriously. we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, sweet.
So you worked through the weekend.
I worked through the weekend.
Well, because you did take Tuesday off. You had Monday. One day was a holiday.
Yeah,
you took Tuesday off because of,
it was a nice restful day off with my mouth just leaking blood all day. but I got to just kick back and relax and swap gauze out every half hour. That was fun.
And I love the taste of human blood, man.
Yeah. Especially my own, man. Everyone loves their own brand. But yeah, and then I worked through the weekend. You took off Sundays, so you wanted to hang out with your kid or something.
Well, yeah, I would like to spend a couple of hours with my kid.
Bitch.
Of which we went to the Strong Museum.
Nice.
Because up here in Rochester, they have the
Strong National Museum of Play.
National Museum of Play. Mm. Now, the whole thing is that, like, one of the big things they have here is, like, it's the Museum of Play Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Toy Hall of Fame.
And, and that sounds cool. Like, this year we're inducting, whatever, Transformers or something like that. And you go, and it's literally... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The one year, I remember, it was a couple years ago, it was, Star Wars toys. Like, in general. And it's like every year, they have the basics, they have the Tinker toys and the Rubik's Cube and so on and so forth. And then, like, they go Star Wars toys. I'm like, all right, Then I go to the museum, and it's literally this little fucking corner.
About to shit on a toy exhibit.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but it had I not lived in Rochester, and I've seen the website. Wow, the Museum of Play that has the Toy Hall of Fame. Like, I would have made a trip out to Rochester. Yeah. Like, oh my God, there's Star Wars toys that they're going to be on exhibit. I'm fucking so there. And luckily, I mean, it's not a 4-hour drive or whatever it would take to get here. And then I get here and it's like this little corner, and I'm like, oh. I go, well, this for a corner. I could have gone to a fucking pawn shop and seen more Star Wars toys.
It's also a really cool museum other than Star Wars corner.
Well, one of the cooler things they do have there, they do have like a fully functional classic arcade.
Yes, it's so great.
And I guess the beauty of it is that you got to pay you got to pay $15 a head just to get in the place. Yeah. So it's not like it's an arcade that's outside where kids are fucking beating up the machine and smacking around. The machines are actually maintained and well taken care of.
And then they charge 1 token per plate for every fucking game, and every single cent that goes into that goes toward keeping the arcade intact.
Yeah, and it's not going to some shady underground, because
this arcade's just a front for cockfighting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but where I grew up, the one of the local quote unquote arcades was basically, and it was also a pizza place, but it was obviously just a weed, it was a place to buy weed.
We make the real money from the drugs here, but on paper we're a very, very well off arcade.
Yeah, and so
you haven't paid for the money in quarters. You plunk it all through Gauntlet, and then you're good to go.
All the money was going to the south of the border. Just, we're supporting drug cartels. I mean, Street Fighter 1.
I'm not wrong in thinking that's kind of a brilliant way to launder money is through an arcade machine, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, slowly, but sure.
I mean, yeah, it'll take a while, but you don't lose shit.
Yeah.
From what I know from, the Netflix series Ozark, you lose some money laundering it. You just get change and fucking plunk it through an arcade machine, man.
At this rate, the FBI is doing an investigation. At this rate, you'd have to be playing Q*bert 8 hours a day straight. Or no, 8 hours a day. 24 hours a day.
According to this, every single arcade machine is double full.
You got 2 players, 24 hours a day.
Yep.
And, Cuba, as much as I respect Q*bert being a classic that it is, I doubt 2 players are playing it for 3 hours straight.
I have keyboard on my phone. It's not not something I'm gonna plunk drug money into. I like saying plunk.
Plunk.
I've said it a few times now. Tommy B's starting to tally.
And I remember seeing like a GIF or GIF. No, I remember seeing a picture on Facebook, and it was saying that, you know, this picture of Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, is, you know, 150 kilobytes.
Yeah, which is more than the original Mario Bros.
Yeah, exactly. The original game was like 25 kilobytes. You know, whatever the amount is. This picture of Super Mario Brothers has more memory in it than the entire fucking game.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
That every... You know, and of course, yes, like with us, there's a generational difference, but like everybody has played Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Like my dad has played Super Mario Brothers. Like I don't think strike that. I don't think my mom has ever picked up a Nintendo controller in her life.
The NES was before my time, and I played the shit out of those games.
Yeah, and I think like a whole generation of people can sing. You
could in Super Smash Brothers Brawl, you could play as Snake from Metal Gear, and on Snake's level, if you like did a certain button combination, the Colonel from Metal Gear would come up and like tell you about whatever character Snake's fighting. And when Mario came out, he's like, in fact, someone did a study, and there's probably no one in the world who doesn't know who Mario is. And like, I'm sure there's several people who don't know who Mario is.
But they're more worried about having clean water.
Right. Well, let's see, I'm 6 years old, and my dad had to kill an antelope today, but yeah, I fucking love Mario. But, you know, it's 99% of people.
Yeah.
You take 100 truly random people from all over the world and show them a picture of Mario, 99 are going to say, oh yeah, that's Mario.
That's Mario. That's that guy from that game.
The 100th one's going to be like, that's my brother. What? Because that's all he can say.
well, like, I kind of missed the generation of, like, the GameCube. And I never owned a GameCube. I ended up getting one, an N64 and GameCube were, like, the two systems I kind of missed out on. Like, I never... Because I was definitely a Nintendo loyalist back in the day. Like, before there was Nintendo, and it was, like, Nintendo versus Sega. And then as things got a little further, then it became, like, PlayStation versus Xbox or whatever. So I was always loyal to Nintendo. I was always loyal to PlayStation. But I never played N64 or... well, as I was saying, once again, I got those systems much later on because I was just trying to recapture parts of my youth that I lost. And
I missed Mario 64.
But I, like... The modern day Mario, where people go like, "It's a me Mario," like it just irritates the fuck out of me.
Well, that started with N64.
Yeah, and I like,
problem.
And I was like, I don't like that's not my Mario.
Hashtag not my Mario.
Like with the really bad, stereotypical voice. Like, how did that become a thing? How did that become a global phenomenon?
Well, do you know how insular and racist Japan is?
Yeah, you know, it's.
You think diversity is a problem in America? It's fucking like 99.9% Japanese in Japan.
But the rest of us accepted it. It'd be one thing if they go, like, dude, do you remember Mario? Like, remember when Japan came out with that really racist caricature of a character? And then like, we all rejected it because we all have human decency?
But now it's at the point where, you know, someone says, "It's a me," and like you're thinking, oh, they're making fun of Italians. No, you're like, oh, yeah, like the Mario joke.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure if you made a racist thing common enough, it would be just...
He doesn't say "it's a me Mario" anymore, though. So you'll be happy to know that.
But he still has that really squeaky, high-pitched...
Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey!
Yeah, hello!
I'm playing a lot of it lately, I'm sorry.
Captain Lou Albano will always be my Mario.
Oh, yeah. That's less racist.
Swing ya. Well, yeah. Well, hey,
what the spaghetti's going on here? Gabagool.
Hasta la pasta.
Yeah, that's
well, yeah,
that's
okay, that was definitely racist.
His voice was deeper, so it's not fucked up.
Deeper voice makes it less racist.
Is that how it works?
You know, I never thought about that way.
I don't think that's how it works.
Holy cannoli!
Right.
And,
I bet my brother who's in the mob on it. Luigi's in the mob?
What's the matter, you? Captain Lou Albano, Bob Hoskins.
We don't talk about that, man.
You stricken that from the records? Well, shit. How am I supposed to feel John Leguizamo?
Well, he is fine. I mean, physically. Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper are dead. Why don't you just leave them alone and stop talking about that movie?
They're not dead.
Yeah, they are.
Bob Hoskins isn't dead.
Bob Hoskins died a few years ago.
No.
Yeah.
And Dennis Hopper?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That's the Mandela effect shit. They're not dead.
They are. No, the Mandela effect thing is you thinking they're alive. Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper are dead. I will bet you $5.
How come I don't remember Bob Hoskins? No. He can't be dead.
All right, well.
You telling me Eddie Valentine is dead?
You can keep saying no, or you can Google it. The choice is absolutely yours.
Blue Velvet is dead? No.
Are you just going to keep listing his movies and say he's dead? Mr. Shmee from Hook is dead? Yes.
That's not... Oh, my God. What did he die from?
I don't know, man. It was years ago, so I don't remember.
I refuse to believe that Dennis Hopper I get, because that guy looked like he was into some weird shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're dead.
Wow. But Bob Hoskins was from England. John Leguizamo was Puerto Rican.
Right.
And they were both playing Italian plumbers.
Mario, and Luigi Mario. There's 3 Marios between us. Oh, yeah, we drove off the cliff, but then this giant booger stopped us. God. Wish I didn't know as much about that movie as I do.
It would, like, if it wasn't a Mario Brothers movie, I would have liked it more.
Wow.
I like the dinosaur. I like a world where, like, people evolve from dinosaurs and they live underground and, like, there's no, like, fossil fuels because there were no dinosaurs, so they have to live off, like, electricity. And there's, like, electronic grid that, you know, people's cars are like bumper cars where it's a long stick sticking out.
It was like they took the trailer from Whoopi Goldberg's Theodorus Rex and made it into an entire fucking movie.
Ah.
With only that to go on. They're like, well, what about Mario? Don't worry about the Mario parts. We're going to have Mario and Luigi in it. We're going to call the bad guy King Koopa. And there's going to be a Bob at one point.
And it was Dennis Hopper with cornrows.
Yeah.
Some sort of weird version of cornrows.
Yeah.
To represent the spikes on his head.
Yeah, because, you know, they didn't have, like, people with dinosaur heads in the whole movie, and they couldn't have figured that shit out. Oh, wait.
And then they had Toad.
I feel like if it's t-shirt weather, you don't need earmuffs. Whatever. No, that's cool.
Yeah, one of our coworkers is walking around. She's doing her before work exercise, and she has earmuffs on, but a t-shirt.
She doesn't eat while she's at work because she's on some old person maintenance medicine that makes her shit really bad every time she eats.
Ah.
So instead of eating, you know, when people eat at work, she just walks around the parking lot, which I guess is good for her, but it's also really fucking weird.
Yeah. I'm always worried someone's going to clip her. Like
someone's going to decide, I'm going to do donuts in that back lot no one uses. And, well, let's get a hose out here.
They killed the spinster.
Got 7 seconds this shit. I need some guys to take my bumper.
Spinster's next to kin. Who was the spinster's next to kin?
Probably the cat.
Mr. Mephistopheles.
She had mentioned that she has like a gay best friend. Which I thought was funny because she just meant her best friend happens to be gay, but is just like a regular person. But I pictured that stereotypical cartoonish gay best friend.
Real flamboyant.
Just like giving her advice like, alright girl, here's the thing. You don't eat lunch anymore, okay? Now you just walk.
You're such a Sophia. I thought you were a Rose. I'm more of a Dorothy myself.
I don't know what any of those things are.
Those are the Golden Girls.
I feel like that says more about you than about me.
Hey, Golden Girls still holds up.
Right.
People nowadays still watch Golden Girls on whatever Lifetime channel it's on. But, for its time, in the late 80s, it was very, very racy. Yeah. Because, Blanche was the sex pot, and even though she was, well in past her prime, she was
a senior discount into the orgy.
But if you watch the show now, it still holds up. I mean, you got the ditzy one, Rose, who always told stories of St. Olaf. You got Dorothy.
Wait, the snowman?
It was St. Olaf. It's supposed to be like a very Scandinavian, like a town like in Minnesota. But, like where everybody was like big oafs, big.
Was Cloris Leachman on that show?
No. It was.
She's the one I always picture as. When someone says the Golden Girls, I picture Betty White, B. Arthur, and Cloris Leachman. How's my aim? Are any of those Golden Girls?
No, B. Arthur was Dorothy Zbornak.
Betty
White was Rose. Rose Holloway? No, Rose. It was Rose something. It was Rose that had she had a very Swedish last name.
I'm glad we could be here for this.
The Golden Girls retrospective.
This week on Two Strangers One Podcast, Chris tries to remember all the full names of the Golden Girls.
Then there's Sophia Petrillo.
And Austin does his taxes.
Sophia Petrillo was the old one who, I guess coincidentally, was actually the youngest actress on the cast, but she was Dorothy's mother. And then there was Blanche the Sex Pot, who was very, like Blanche Dubois, very Streetcar Named Desire, and she would, and her thing was, she fucked everybody.
Nice.
And then, like I said, then there was Dorothy, who was sort of like the stick in the mud. It was weird because Dorothy was she, I guess for the all intents and purposes, she was the lead of the show, but she was also the least interesting.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Right? You ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Don't get me started on How I Met Your Mother. Between How I Met Your Mother, That 70s Show, and Scrubs.
Jesus,
there was
man.
a generation of fucking beta male fucking TV shows.
But you love the Big Bang Theory. You gotta shit down the throat of Scrubs.
But the whole thing is that, was it Josh Radnor?
Right. Yeah.
Topher Grace.
Right.
And the guy from Scrubs. What was his name? Garden State.
I've got it. I'm just waiting on you, man.
I'm no Superman. The fuck
what species is Darth Maul?
He is Zabrak.
All right.
Zabrak. Zach Braff.
There you go.
Where am I, Brian?
I'm so glad I got you there.
Zach Braff, Topher Grace, and Jeremy Radnor? Jeffrey Reed?
You had it right the first time when you said Josh Radnor.
Josh Radnor. They played these nebbishy fucking guys but they were like attractive and stuff like that.
Right.
The guys on Big Bang Theory are all fucking awkward looking.
Right.
And so it's sort of like, those guys were nebbishy just to be nebbishy, to be fucking little beta cucks. Right. And the guys on Big Bang Theory, they were nerds and they were socially awkward, not just, I don't know how to be around girls, and like How I Met Your Mother, the whole point of the show was like a guy who wanted to get married. And that's like, that show, How I Met Your Mother, is so bad that the big playboy fucking bachelor guy is played by a homosexual. That's how fucking beta that show is.
Is there something wrong with gay people now? Jesus.
But I'm saying the most tail-getting guy on the show in reality was a fucking homosexual.
Right. Henry Cavill can't fly, right?
Well, yeah,
it's called acting.
Yeah, but I don't know. They should those shows just irritate the fuck out of me. And not that I'm like Mr. fucking macho alpha male, but it's just sort of like.
So you watch
I'm scared of girls.
You watch stuff like Scrubs, where he's fucking Elliot in the second episode, and you're like, I can't fucking do that. This guy's just a nebbish beta cuck.
He fucked her in the second episode?
Super early in season 1. I think episode 2 or 3.
But then, I don't know, why does he...
And then several other women over the course of the show.
Yeah, including, Mandy Moore? Did he fuck Mandy Moore in that show?
That's entirely possible.
I think he fucked Mandy Moore in that show.
And?
I guess I lost my steam on it, but I don't know, those shows just irritate me, because the guys just seem very, very whiny.
Alright. Okay, man? Did you get it all out?
And it's sort of, but I mean, it's the whole thing, because, an old-fashioned guy, they're a bunch of fags, but it's not fags, they're not fags, they're not gay. They're just not macho guys. They're not, macho guys.
It'd be bad if they were gay, then you could call them fags, right? Jesus Christ.
What I'm saying is that, like we've had to change the nomenclature, because, an old school guy would say, oh, what a bunch of fags, but then, a modern day person would rightfully have the argument, no, they're not fags, they're not gay. But it's
that's the wrong argument at this point. I think you're still a little behind.
But it's man the fuck up, and I'm not one of those guys. I'm not like an alpha male, you got to be the top of the fucking chain. But it's stop being such a fucking wet blanket.
Okay, how interesting would those shows be, though, if the main characters were like just these, perfect, strong dudes always getting everything right and shit? There's no conflict in that 70s show if Hyde's the main character. Because shit's just working out for him right in the foreground.
Yeah.
If Dr. Cox was the lead of Scrubs, it'd be called House.
True. I mean, I don't know. It just bothers me.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made those shows in the early 2000s. I'll never fucking do it again. Can we go to work now? It's really hot in here.
Okay. And we'll be back. Okay.
This is Sebulba. He's got my back. I wouldn't recommend racing him. He's never lost a race on Boonta Eve.
Chihuahua. Chihuahua.
Nikmi Chawa, Wormomo Kili Mokalunki, Yopato Banta Pudu. Which, like, when you don't say it like Sebulba, kind of sounds like Dothraki.
I was going for, like, Hawaiian.
Maliki Laka is the thing you say at a fun Dothraki wedding.
Hey, who's that fucking the bride?
Hopefully the groom. Dothraki wedding without at least one rape is considered a dull affair.
Was it prima nocta?
Yeah, but like, it's the king, so he shit. That's like reverse prima nocta. Which, you know what the opposite of prima nocta is? Prima donna.
Ultima.
Prima donna. Not true.
I was going to say Ultima Dia? Last day?
Boo, Ultima Dia Halloween.
Medea.
What the fuck?
The Medea cinematic universe. Medea meets Big Mama from Big Mama's house.
You ever watch Dan Harmon's rant on the Oh Now You See Me and Oh Now You See Me Too?
No, I haven't.
He gets, the basis of the rant is that Oh Now You See Me Too should have been called Now You Don't. Did I keep saying Oh Now You See Me?
Oh, no, I guess
I didn't mean to. If I did.
I think you're confusing that with the boo.
That shows the hand of what, the joke they get into later on, where it's like, so they're going to be like this whole, like, now you based thing, like, now you bank heist, now you sports team, and it's like, the Marlon Wayans black comedy, Oh Now You Didn't.
Oh, now you didn't. But it's going to be the Medea crossover, Medea meets Big Mama. It's a guy dressed up like a woman. Well, one is the story is that he's a guy dressed up like a woman. He's a cop dressed up like a woman generally.
Right, that one.
Martin Lawrence.
Big Mama.
Big Mama meets Medea.
Yeah.
And then, ultimate crossover.
And they have to team up to kill Norbit.
They have to team up to kill Eddie Murphy and his whole the entire Clump family.
Oh my god. Oh, and you call it Clump Tower, and every floor they fight a new clump.
like Enter the Dragon. What was that? Bruce Lee movie where every time
Game of Death. Fucking Game of Death, but you're fighting everyone in the Clump family.
Oh no! Here comes Uncle Jed. Oh, I'm gonna fart on you right now.
In some countries, it's considered a compliment.
Oh, I'm just a horny old grandma
with nunchucks.
I'm gonna fling my titties around like a nunchuck. Whoa. Doing backflip. Oh no, my wig fell off. Oh no, don't make me take out my teeth.
Oh my god.
And the ultimate action comedy.
And like the fucking top floor, it's like the professor and his thin version.
Oh yeah,
because they
Buddy Love.
Yeah, it's
Professor Clump.
Yeah, we'll call him. I forget his first name. What was it? Professor Clump and Buddy Love, because in the second movie they separated, so there's precedent.
Oh, okay. You gotta make sure it's canon.
By the way, there was a second Nutty Professor movie, and fucking Janet Jackson was in it.
Yeah.
These are things I just learned.
Oh yeah, Janet Jackson, and that's when she started gaining weight again? Because she's chunky in that movie.
All it's about for you?
Yeah. I'm just saying is that, there was a time where she was like...
It's like Jessica Alba at a big lunch.
And then, and then the straw that broke the camel's back was pulling her titty out at the Super Bowl. She's like, "Hi, remember me? I was relevant. I was skinny, then I was fat, now I'm skinny again.
And here's my titty."
Please remember me.
And then no one heard about her ever again.
Yeah.
Until LaToya died, and they were like, "Oh wait, no, that one wasn't Janet. We're good."
Please don't make me date. Oh, that little rat-faced producer.
Is LaToya dead?
No, I don't think so. Latoya's dead. Michael died, yeah.
I probably shouldn't just throw around people being dead. Because earlier with the whole Bob Hoskins and...
Oh, yeah.
Not Richard Harris, fuck. Dennis Hopper. Oh, where I got Richard Harris.
I asked my dad to, and he bought me the Latoya Jackson Playboy.
Wow.
Because like the store wouldn't sell it to me.
Right.
And so I was like, Dad, could you just get it for me? And he did. But I was like 16, 17. Like I was already like, you know, I've seen a lot worse. Right. But I wanted Latoya Jackson.
I would never tell my dad, hey, I need you to do me a favor because I want to jack off to Latoya Jackson.
But you never found any of your dad's stash?
My dad didn't really. I don't think he had a stash.
He never. Wow.
He was, was married for.
You never had porno magazines hidden somewhere under the bed, on the sock drawer?
Not that I found.
Wow.
I never went looking for my dad's porn stash.
You never had VHS cassettes somewhere mixed in with other book cassettes, so kind of like. No. Oh no.
I mean,
these are just all my movies.
Then again, fucking maybe, dude. Because
you never found it.
Well, right. Well, because like maybe it was like I'm not going to watch The World According to Garp, so I'm not going to go looking in the sleeve. Like in case Clerks is in there.
I remember seeing that movie. I saw that in the theaters.
Oh, jeez.
Because have you ever seen that movie?
No.
There is a long panning shot in the beginning of the movie of a naked baby boy.
Sweet.
And when I was a kid, that just fucked me up, man. I was like, there's this little baby dick on the screen.
Is that baby Garp?
I think so.
See, I couldn't read very well, before I learned to read. That's how kids work.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was a sequel to Forrest Gump. I thought it said The World According to Gump, and I was like, oh, is this the second one? Because I really liked the first one.
Again.
But then, come to think of it, I asked my dad, and he's like, oh, no, that doesn't say Gump, it says Garp. That's a boring movie, you wouldn't like it. And then I'm like, now I'm thinking, hey, yeah, he totally had porn in there.
Again.
Yeah, kind of weird. I was like 5 or 6 and fucking loved Forrest Gump.
Well, I mean, it's a good movie to like. It's a wholesome family movie where a guy gets AIDS or a girl gets AIDS.
Right. There's like a chick on coke. There's just brutal fucking real look at Vietnam and stuff. But I was just like,
and a guy gets his legs blown off.
That's something delightful
about the main
about
characters.
It's like, hey, if this motherfucker can do all this stuff, maybe I got a chance. If my dookie can get out the hood, maybe I can too.
You just stepped in a big pile of shit. It happens.
What, shit?
I was watching, Tom Hanks was on some talk show, and he said how he was with his kids, and they went to like Times Square, and it was like a holiday. It was like, New Year's Eve or something like that. And then he went into the Bubba Gump place, and like, all the people, like, they came, oh, Mr. Gump, Mr. Hanks, wonderful to have you here, whatever. It's going to be a 40-minute wait. I was like, even Tom Hanks can't get a fucking table.
And Tom Hanks was totally fine with it because he's the perfect human being.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's the good end of the Hitler-Hanks scale.
Little did we know. This is going to be one of those, like...
Holy shit,
Remember when we all thought Tom Hanks was the nice guy? Before we find out some horrible revelations of him?
The day after he dies?
Mm-hmm.
Or no. The day before he dies.
Because
he'll kill himself when it's like Tom Hanks kills kids and fucks the bodies. Like, oh, well, guess I'm going to have to Forrest hang myself. That wasn't really a pun. Doesn't matter. I'm about to die.
Big mistake.
You think I give a shit about puns right now? They just found out about my
worldview has been shattered.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is a child murderer, rapist, or rapist murderer. Does it matter which order?
Yes, it very fucking much. Maybe not for the charges, but for like how he's viewed. Like,
does it matter if he murders then rapes or rapes then murders?
Here's the thing, man. If there is an absolute top-tier scale of how evil a person can be, raping a baby and then murdering it is the fucking top of that tier. Murdering a baby then raping it is at the same top of the tier, but like a different class of it,
But just like a hair higher.
No, it's not a hair higher. It's like, like in Dungeons and Dragons, all right? A rogue can prestige to be like an assassin or a shadow dancer.
Okay.
But like, one's not necessarily higher up than the other. It's like that. It's like that. to put the raping and murdering babies into perspective with Dungeons and Dragons. And they said that game was evil. Anyway, I hope Tom Hanks doesn't do that.
Well, look at Bill Cosby.
I don't want to. Have you seen him lately?
But I'm saying is that, before these
looks like a Jello pudding pop.
And these all came out because of Hannibal Buress. Hannibal Buress was like
he called out Cosby.
Yeah, I mean,
like everyone fucking.
It was
knows
one of those. It was one of those known everywhere secrets. Yeah. But it was Hannibal Buress coming out and saying it on stage. Yeah. That really was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
I don't give a fuck if my career ends because of it. This shit needs to get out.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And everyone knew about fucking Louis C.K. too, but nobody said anything. Mm-hmm. That shit was career suicide. Except Jen Kirkman and Jen Kirkman, right?
No,
exactly.
But I'm just had Hannibal Buress not said it that night,
right.
Bill Cosby right now would have been, his doddering, senile old self. He would have died, and we would have celebrated him. We would have, he was America's dad, and, what a fucking legacy in the Cosby Show, and how groundbreaking it was to have a show with African Americans, or one parent was a lawyer, and the other one was a doctor.
And now he's, be sure to drink up all your lewd juice.
Drink up all your Jesus juice.
The wrong black doctor. Doctor? No. Neither. Do you know Bill Cosby is a doctor? He has a doctorate?
He has a doctorate, yeah.
It's honorary, and he's a dick about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
He makes people call him Dr. Cosby, even though, he gave a speech, and they're like, all right, you can be a doctor, I guess. Yeah, not of anything important.
He literally gave a speech at my brother's college graduation. My brother graduated from John Jay College, which is John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
His name is mine, too.
John Jay
College of Criminal Justice. His name is my name, too. Whenever I go out, the people always shout, on the ground! On the ground! Hands behind your head!
Take your cock out of the lady, ma'am, sir.
Ma'am, sir?
Ma'am, sir.
Was that a YouTube series, Ma'am, sirs?
My eyes are cloudy.
Okay, is it Forrest Whitaker?
Well, no. Have you seen Bill Cosby? His eyes are all they're that blind, cloudy.
So he doesn't have T'Chaka eye going on.
No, he doesn't have a lazy eye or dead eye, Return of the Dead Eye, but he does have that milky fucking foam over his eye. That's when you see it happen to a dog, you're like, we're putting it down soon.
Oh fuck. My girlfriend's grandparents' dog has those eyes.
Oh, man.
It's sad.
You feel more sympathy for a dog about to get put down than Bill Cosby.
Yes, absolutely.
Because that dog didn't fucking drug and rape 45 women.
I thought it was 12. I thought it was 12 confirmed. Also, the dog's a girl, so probably not.
Did I just bring the tone down?
Just? Did I just recently bring the tone down? No. No, not at all. No, it's been hitting about a baseline since we talked about Tom Hanks killing babies. Well, to me, it's we're staying late Thursday. I can't do that. Wednesday.
Oh, because he gets me with a sign-up. He gets me with a sign-up sheet.
Right.
And he's like, Tuesday, Wednesday, not Tuesday. He had Wednesday, Thursday, and might have been Friday, I guess. And I'm like, whatever day's coming in, whatever day's staying in late. And he goes, Wednesday. So I was like, all right. And I'm like, I said, Austin's my ride. If he chooses another day, I'll choose whatever day he takes. Yeah. And then, I guess, you were like, fuck that. Fuck you.
So Rachel's face was like, you piece of shit, how fucking dare you.
I've been here for fucking 10 days in a row and kiss my ass.
He came through the production schedule and asked me about Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I was like, no, I can't do Thursday. And then he came back later with what looked like, probably that sign-up sheet you were talking about. And did I ask you about what we're talking about? Yeah, I wasn't going to do any. Oh, okay.
Kiss my white ass.
And yes. It's not that I don't want to do overtime. I mean, I don't, but that's not it.
You burnt the fuck out.
Well, and it's not even that I'm burnt the fuck out. It's, I feel like any more overtime I do, I'm going to start hitting that diminishing return shit in the taxes. I'm just, fucking making $2 an hour for extra time.
Fucking always fucking, what's his face? I'm getting really fucking irritated with Cam. Sort of like, he's like, hey, you're going to stick around? Yeah. And what did he say? He goes, isn't it? And I forgot how I said it. He goes, yeah. And then I'm going to work overtime Wednesday night. And he goes, aren't you worried that, you're not going to make... he'd mentioned something like that, with the taxes. And I said, look, man, I still got a green badge. I got to play the fucking role until I get a blue badge. I said, I got to play the game. The game is rigged or whatever. And it's like, just shut the fuck up, man. It's none of your fucking business what I do with my fucking time. Because what happened is we're working 14. I mean, technically I'm recording, but we'll get to this later. Technically I'm working 14.
I just wiped that shit.
Oh, yeah. This isn't going into the podcast.
This is no fun.
It's like, technically we're working 14. And he goes, and then fucking... literally, after lunch, we had, 3 more shippers to fill. So we're cleaning 14, and then fucking, Steve comes around, 9 o'clock, and, I want you to do a 7 to 3 and some other lines. And then Alex, he gave her, a couple lines to do a 7 to 3 on, so she chose line 10, which is right next to 14, if I'm not mistaken. Right. And so then, so it's I'm waiting to mop or whatever. Of course, I'm cleaning the whole fucking room by myself. And then, they're gonna mop in here. Let's go do that 7 to 3. And of course they fucking milk it. And since we're in 10, I'm looking into I could look into 14 and see what they're doing. And they're taking their sweet fucking time. And he literally shows up. And that's the whole thing. He shows up, and when he shows up, 10:50 or whatever, then he's asking me those stupid fucking questions. It's like, oh, motherfucker. Just, you don't want to work, and maybe because I do, not that I do want to work, but maybe because he's worried that I make you look bad or some shit like that, or misery loves company or whatever. What is it?
Fucking,
it's that weird thing. I'm a fuck up, and I want you to be a fuck up, just like me.
The people that have been there a while haven't figured out that nothing's bad gonna happen. Nothing bad's gonna happen if they don't do what they're supposed to. You just fucking. Any random ass excuse will be taken as gospel because you can't just accuse someone of lying, and then you don't have to fucking do anything. But and he just he acts like he's better than people because he does less. I'm smart, I've got it figured out. Why don't you? Because I'm fucking picking up your slack so that we don't catch shit for this.
Yeah, not that, and I'm definitely, the last thing I am is a fucking kiss ass, but it's I'm at work, I might as well work.
Right.
Because if I'm not working, I'm sitting around fighting sleep.
It's this is just busy work. Busy work, but it's work that needs to be done, otherwise we wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
It's just because there's something better we could be doing doesn't mean, this is worthless and shouldn't be done. Yeah.
I love when there's downtime, but when there's legit downtime that hasn't when there's downtime there's an excuse. Oh, the machine's broken, so we're gonna sit here for an hour. Oh, I'd be more than happy to sit around.
Yeah. Well, it's hey, we're not running anything, so I need you guys to mop. It was hey, A shift could do this too. Yeah, they probably could, but so can we.
Yeah. It just irritates. He's slowly fucking irritating me. Yeah. And then he brought up the thing the other day about how he buys socks every day.
Fucking yeah.
He has socks for. He never wears a second pair.
Throws them the fuck out. He's like, well, I don't just throw them out. I collect them in a bag, and everyone's bag gets full. I throw the bag out. That doesn't make it fucking better.
At least I don't know what the deal is with the set. If you took dirty clothes to the Goodwill, but still here's clothes, here's something.
Right.
Homeless people would love fucking free socks.
Right, I wear my socks once and then just throw them the fuck out. God damn, dude. How fucked up is your life?
I mean, don't get me wrong. The idea behind it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm wearing brand new socks every day because nothing feels better than a brand new pair of socks. Well, a lot of things feel better than a brand new pair of socks.
I honestly like my socks a little broken in.
But, I know that there is that wonderful feeling of brand new socks.
It's not special anymore if you wear brand new socks every fucking day.
Yeah, and you know what? And even if that was my thing, I wouldn't brag about it. That would be something I'd keep to myself.
It's super douchey.
Yeah,
it's just
I don't wear the same pair of socks twice.
You're not hurting anybody, but God, you sound like such an asshole.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Burritos.
All right, you can only eat burritos for the rest of your life. Do you like burritos anymore?
No. Yeah, it gets irritating.
New socks, that feels nice, but if you only ever wear brand new socks, they're just socks.
It loses its
luster.
Luster, yeah.
And we're back.
I think I may keep in that sock bit. We have a coworker that brags about how he never wears the same pair of socks twice. He buys brand new socks all the time and just throws them away. He puts them in a bag and then throws them away.
Right. So like
he should be. Yeah, I would donate. It takes 2 seconds to go to like a bin or whatever and just throw them in the Goodwill bin.
I don't know what places take socks. I think Goodwill doesn't take like socks or underwear or something like that.
Well, if you drove by like the tent city, like the homeless people that live like under the bridge,
like, hey, who's a fucking size 9? It's Christmas. Here's some socks I wore for 8 hours each.
Yeah,
and they're all practically still clean.
Yeah, go nuts.
That's how new they are.
But we forgot to do Tarantino Tuesdays yesterday. This week has been such a fucking overtime blur.
It used to be Warrantino Wednesdays.
Warrantino Wednesdays. All right, so
every week it's gonna be a different fucking day.
Marantino Mondays. Ferrantino Friday.
It's Quarantino Quatter Day, guys. What? Why'd you say Qua? That's how Quentin starts.
So, how would Quentin Tarantino sound ordering through a drive-thru?
I thought we already did this.
You did the car. We did the car that sputters.
All right.
We did the circumcision.
Yeah.
We didn't do Quentin Tarantino ordering.
I feel like we totally did a drive-thru one.
All right.
Well, check back. And if we didn't, I'll do that next week. But I got a real strong feeling that we already did that.
We might have done that off record.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
okay, Quentin Tarantino gets accosted for overtime where he doesn't want to work. I'm making these real personal.
It's gonna get too real. I'm just gonna drop the voice entirely.
Quentin Tarantino's boss. He's Quentin Tarantino, but he's not the famous director.
Quentin Tarantino, but he's working.
But he's working
in a factory or something.
He's working in a factory, and his boss accosts him for overtime that he doesn't want to work.
Let's get into character.
I make moves with my pants.
Yep. Oh yeah, you know what? I think kids as young as 12, they could see Kill Bill and they could like, it's a strong message, it's an empowering message, okay? Because there's all these girls who, and they don't ask to kick ass, they're like, ooh, may I please? They just take names and kick ass. They take it themselves. All right, Saturday.
Quentin, we're gonna need you to come in on Saturday.
I don't know if I can come in Saturday, man. I got plans at home. Is this something I could maybe work a little early today?
We gotta pick up the slack. I mean, we're kind of falling behind on the numbers and. Things are just, look, I know when I just got this promotion, I know it looks bad that I just got this promotion and now I'm mandating everyone to come on Saturday.
Let me fucking stop you right there, okay? All right. Point of this whole thing is, I ain't your slave, you ain't my master, okay? So you can say all you want. You want me to fucking come in Saturday, and I'm gonna come in or not come in, okay? And I'll deal with the fucking consequences then, okay? All these other motherfuckers out here, okay, these other employees, these other factory workers, okay, they're getting awards and shit. You're telling them, oh, great fucking job. Oh, you made Jaws fucking 40 years ago. Great job, okay? I'm coming in every day with fresh shit, making it new, making it good, making it fucking right, okay? Making it like they used to, all right? I'm down there in the fucking shit, okay? I'm not using the fucking CGI putting this shit in boxes, okay? I'm going in there, and I'm doing it real. I'm doing it in camera every fucking day. All right, it's classic shit, and you're talking to me like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, you're talking to me like I'm some sort of fucking risk. When the reality of it is, you know what? Yeah, sure, maybe I only put fucking one thing in a box per year, but when it goes in that box, it goes in fucking perfect. It goes in fucking nuanced, and it goes in fucking revolutionary. Okay, I'm in there once a year putting shit into boxes. You got fuckers putting 4 or 5 things into boxes every fucking year, and you think it's still quality at that point? And fuck you.
But Quentin, it's just Samuel L. Jackson going in the same box over and over and over again.
Alright, look, you're gonna try and fucking pigeonhole me with the Sam Jackson shit, okay? I owe that motherfucker a life debt. He let me say the N-word.
And that was Warrantino Wednesdays. Tell him, Steve Dave.
You let me say the N-word.
The blackest fucking man on the planet lets me say the N-word. I owe him fucking work.
The most important shit. I needed my N-word privileges. Oh, you're like, God,
Christmas card.
Gotta get this shit down under an hour and a half. Oh, this is fun.
Well, I don't mind going over like an hour and a half.
Oh,
It's like our last episode was like hour and 45, and that's with me cutting. Like I'd cut a whole section out for our constant listener. I had cut a section out where we're sitting in a parking lot.
I like how Stephen King you got about referencing Tommy B.
Hey, Stephen King acknowledges his fans, even if it's one fucking person. You know?
Thank you, constant reader.
Thank you, constant reader.
I really feel like he's talking about me. In this case, we're really talking about you, Tommy.
All right, to our constant listener.
Thanks for keeping the struggle.
I'd cut out a bit about we were sitting in the parking lot just goofing on our coworkers as they came into work. Like, what do you think they're doing in there? Because I guess I could bring it up now. Like there's I had mentioned before there was a gentleman from Nepal, and then they had hired this other guy purely on the strength of the guy from Nepal saying, "Hey, we should hire this guy." Yep. Yeah, fuck Chris and he's a temp, but let's hire this other new guy.
I haven't actually tried saying this. Hey, you should hire Chris. So maybe that's all it'll take.
I mean, but if it's coming from you, that sounds very biased,
right?
Even though, like I could separate
church and state.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a fucking dream that will never happen. But if we can
sick burn on the GOP.
I'm pretty sure that your opinion carries weight, but it also seems a little bit tinged.
Hire my buddy.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the guy that you hang out with all the time and fucking driving to work, and you're getting your promotions, and you're getting your...
Tell you what, man. Hire him or fire him. Either way, I'm sick of hearing about him being a temp.
Do something about it.
All I'm saying is change the situation in one direction, because I'm sick of the current one. How about that? I think that'll remove the bias. It's like, look, it's not because he's my buddy. I'm not trying to get good things for him. This is all self-serving.
You won't shut the fuck up about his green badge.
It's wearing on me and affecting my work. How do you like that? You know I'm a good worker. You want that kind of stress on my conscience, man? Hire or fire.
Shit or get off the pot.
Don't keep stringing him along, man.
Better tell him how you feel.
Don't you fucking temp zone this boy.
One day he's gonna be standing in front of my house with like cue cards. Like, don't talk. You're fired.
He shows up on Love Actually and shit. He's like, I've wanted to tell you this for a long time. Drops it. But I couldn't find the words. My feelings on you are very strong. You're a fuck up. You're fired. Effective immediately. How'd you find out where I live?
It's right there in the records.
You're not supposed to look at those.
Could you? Well, you could have at least dropped off my work boots, my steel-toed shoes.
Nope. We'll take the wrong ones and mail them to you.
What about the ones in my locker?
She will take the wrong ones. She will take whatever shoes she can find out of any locker but yours. We'll be right back because I gotta take a shit.
Take off your pants and jacket.
I want to, but I'm driving. That's a gamble even in the best road conditions. You ever jerk off driving?
No.
I'll say me neither. No, I haven't. Not while the car was moving.
Yeah, not while moving.
Or in the car, you fucking freak.
You never jerk off in the car?
Why would I jerk off in the car?
You ever jerk off at work?
Alright, my answer to both of those questions, I've never been homeless.
You've never been so fucking just revved up? Or like at work in a situation where like you have plenty of time and nothing but privacy? So you said, I'm going to crank one out?
I just beat my dick like it owes me money at the workplace. No, yeah. Oddly enough, that hasn't happened.
Can I say that I have?
It's a free country. Not that fucking free, though.
Well, you pissed in the theater.
Yeah, I pissed in the theater because I didn't want to miss Thor.
Because I was like...
There's a subtle difference.
I went to go use the bathroom, and then you were like, oh, I already pissed. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, this cup's full of piss now.
For you to have pissed, that means while I was up, you had to pull your dick out, piss in the cup. I mean, luckily, it was like... Thor was already out for like a week,
yeah,
so like...
It was like an empty theater, and we were in the back. So yeah, I threw my jacket over my region. I popped the lid off my empty drink cup. I pissed into it. Saw you coming back, pinched it off, and tucked back away.
I don't know if I could ever pinch. I don't know if I could ever stop. I would just hope and pray that, like, if I was pissing in the middle, I mean, I'd probably laugh, like, oh, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah.
But
you'd have to keep going.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop if a fucking bear was chasing me. I'd be pissing while running.
I can do a hands-free pinch off, man. I can just kind of.
That's remarkable control. I can
puff up the cremaster and say, "No way, sir. We're done. We're done for a minute."
Just tell my chi to pause.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm the immortal Iron Fist. Well, I made a pun, even in such a stressful time.
You got to give it like
I'm glad you have your bearings, dude. I'm a landmark kind of guy out this way, which is the opposite of what I said about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Don't give me landmarks, man. I just look at the roads. Glad you got your bearings.
What happens when you can't see the roads?
We're going. We don't need roads.
Nice. What, my kids become assholes or something, Doc?
Why'd you say it like that, you little prick? Would it surprise you, you fucking dickhead?
No, it's a little shaky, your future.
Ooh.
Morty.
Marty or Marty?
Marty. Hey, Marty.
You always fucking do that.
Morty. Well, I mean,
now,
you know...
I wasn't being careful in that intersection. It just fucking took a while for my tires to get any kind of purchase.
And I think he just ran the red.
No, I made sure to be coasting into the intersection before it turned red. Just, Jesus Christ.
Marty, your head, Marty. Something's got to be done about your head. What are you talking about, Doc?
There's a new disease that you're going to get. You're going to have to be on maintenance drugs your whole life, and you're still going to shake like a bastard.
What do you mean, Doc?
Oh, my God, Doc, is it serious? I'll put it to you this way, Marty. When Robin Williams finds out he has it, he's going to kill himself. Oh, gee, that sounds pretty serious.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
And they're going to do a bad cartoon parody of us, and it's going to be much more famous than we ever were.
Am I going to have Parkinson's? No, you're going to be 14.
Year before the rubber.
Oh, why'd you bounce down? Oh, no, it's happening.
They're going to do a cartoon as a bad, just copywritten enough to be different from us. And they're going to have you lick my balls.
Oh, jeez, how do we change it back?
And they
got to lick my balls, Marty.
And then it's going to turn into a whole series. And then after, like, season 3, they're going to bring back this old McDonald's sauce that no one wanted to come back anyway. But all the fucking bandwagon jumpers going to fucking order it and then complain online how bad it tastes. Because the cartoon's supposed to tell them how to feel.
You ever feel like the shit we joke about sometimes gets a little too insidery? Like maybe no one knows what the fuck you're talking about right now?
The Szechuan sauce.
No, I mean before that when we did the whole Doc and Marty bit. And like as in the YouTube series Doc and Marty.
Well, yeah, Doc and... I think people... Rick and Morty, I think, has reached that point where...
For every 100 Rick and Morty fans, I'm going to say 2 of them know about Doc and Marty.
Yeah, well... if they're listening to this fucking podcast... What do you say, Tommy B? I bet Tommy B knows about Doc and Marty.
He's like, it's like, what the fuck's a Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
You guys just stupid?
I think our audience is hip enough to know about Doc and Marty.
Oh, wait, no, he did pick over Rick. He knows about Rick and Morty.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I think...
Oh, yeah, we gotta ask Tommy B fucking food something. What was it?
Oh, yeah, you wanted to know if he liked pineapples on pizza.
Yes, pineapples on pizza.
Question for the audience.
And we
the more responses we get back, the better.
To remove any kind of bias, let's not reveal how either of us feel about it.
Okay.
But how does everyone feel about pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple on pizza.
I feel like this taxi's from England.
Yeah,
fucking prick.
Just needed to get around.
Austin Michael Chudy. Austin was the only name we could agree on. Michael's the guy that talked my mom out of the abortion, and I don't know, Chudy was some guy that changed his name to Redfield.
Wait, what?
What? To the last one or the abortion thing?
Is that a Resident Evil reference or something? Change his name to Redfield?
No.
Oh.
No, that's a true story. That my maternal grandfather, whose name was Clayton Chudy, had a real hippie phase and changed his last name to Redfield.
How awesome would it have been if you would have been Austin Redfield?
That would have been
especially
sick.
After, you know, the success of Resident Evil.
Yeah. That would have been amazing. But then it would have been weird when I named my first son Chris. And then all this happens, like, oh yeah, my son's name is Chris. Oh, did you name him after me? No, I don't like you that much, man. I'm just a big Resident Evil fan. You can still hang out, though. I'll call you Uncle Chris, that's cool. But, like, it's going to get real confusing, so you're going to be Fat Chris.
Oh my God! I was always Fat Chris throwing up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that back.
Talk about trauma. I was always Fat Chris because I would call my friends, and there were other Chris's, and and like, back in the day when you actually had to call someone's home phone to get them. Who's on the phone? It was Fat Chris. That was the worst.
They weren't even nice. They didn't even say Chris first. Like, Chris, the fat one.
Fat Chris.
That would have hurt enough. But it was like your name's Fat Chris. It's not just a descriptor to help people differentiate you from the other Chris's. You're Fat Chris. And this is Black Andy.
We're just shaming you and fucking. There's no skinny Chris.
So
we just want to dump on you.
What do you call the skinny Chris? Chris.
There's Chris, and then there's Fat Chris.
Right. So if I said it's Chris, my mom's going to think it's, Chris. Gotta let her know it's Fat Chris.
You would call someone's house and get, their sister or whatever, and then you hear kind of that background. You hear, who is it?
It's Fat Chris.
Fat Chris. Oh, okay. And at least they had the okay.
Fat Chris. Yeah, he is. Put him on.
Fuck, I'm gonna talk to his fat ass.
You're like, wait a second, I'm the only Chris he knows. He's just an asshole.
And his sister's in on it.
It's Fat Chris. Was that to differentiate me from another Chris? No, you're just fat.
We don't like you.
Thought if we, made it more apparent you'd do something about it.
It's needs to exercise Chris.
Yep. It's Chris who's breaking all our hearts. And his own.
It's 4,000 calories a day, Chris. Wait, that's a good thing, right? Probably.
No, that's too fucking much.
Oh, no, well, yeah.
The fact that you don't know.
Speaks volumes.
Kind of worrisome. That means that you eat 100 calorie packs of something a day. How would you feel about that?
If I eat 39, I'll be alright.
No. You'd be better off than the day before when you had 40, but actually not really because you had 40 the day before.
It's supersizing Chris.
You don't dump 100 calorie packs of those snacks in a pile and say I can eat that in a day if I don't eat anything else. I'd be like, I can't finish that in a day even if I fucking starve myself the day before.
Are you gonna finish that, Chris?
That's 3 Big Macs a meal, Chris. He buys 6 at night and saves them for morning because they only do breakfast till 10:30.
It's put mayonnaise on that, Chris.
Yep. It's the waitress doesn't even ask if he wants cheese and bacon, Chris. I feel awful doing this, but you keep it going, and I gotta contribute.
Yes, and
you're yes-anding me into fat shaming you fuck.
Would you like bacon? Yes, and
yes, and Chris.
Sour cream and chives? Yes, and
who's on the phone? It's yes, and
then.
Fries with that? Yes, and onion rings. Alright, zesty sauce in the side of those onion rings? Yes, and melted lard.
It's Fat Chris. I like it better you guys just call me Fat Chris.
Motherfuckers close out bars, this dude closes out restaurants. I don't know why I rolled the window back up after rolling it down for...
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. Having too much fun at your expense.
This would be pretty funny when I'm dead.
Oh, fuck.
After the heart attack.
We'll play a soundbite at your funeral. He died doing what he loved, being a fat fuck.
He called it, man. Bullshit. How could you not see that fucking coming? Ironically, I got killed by a truck. That is dying equipment.
It's like just fucking... It's like...
We were waiting for that heart attack.
It's like a trim spot truck just smashes into you. But you're fine, but it scares you so much that your heart fails. Yeah. Grimspa gave him a heart attack. He's fucking dead now. He's a good dude. Fucking ate himself to death. Damn, dude. How the fuck can you laugh at yourself like this? It's getting to that manic point where I'm worried you're gonna like stab me. I'm not fat, I'm big bone, motherfucker.
Use a repressed rage.
You're in denial of suppressing rage.
Clock tower, but I'm too fucking fat.
On the clock tower, there's a break about halfway through the ladder where I can eat something.
This motherfucker kept climbing a flight of steps. He shot about 3 people. Fuck this.
Little air's thin up here, getting winded. You okay, man? You good?
Stop calling me Fat Chris.
Alright. Anyway, this has been Two Strangers, One Podcast. He's Fat Chris.
So we certainly hope you guys enjoyed we certainly hope you guys...
Did my wipers scare you?
My tongue sometimes gets in the way. Okay, we certainly hope you guys had as much fun listening. Wait, take 3.
I would like to go home at some point.
We certainly hope you guys had as much fun listening as we did recording, which tonight we didn't have any fucking fun recording. I guess we did a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't doing it.
It was just the
just
shit,
scary.
asshole clinching snow. We certainly hope you guys had as much fun listening as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin.
Don't be a stranger.
I hope you had as much fun listening. This is a good job. How you fucking sounded. I just wanted you to feel my pain for a minute. Think, is this it? Are we done? Oh, nope, he fucked it up.
We certainly hope you had as much fun listening as we did recording.
All right.
Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
Damn it, I'm Austin. Let's try again. No, we're good. You can send us out.
Don't be a stranger. Peace. Bye. You should be fapping.
Let me do all my whole outro stuff. Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.net where you can find all things show related. You can find links to our iTunes page. You can download, subscribe to us on iTunes, on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod. If you don't have an iPhone, iPad, or iPod, you can download us on the Stitcher app. That's STITCHER for Android devices. That's the Stitcher app. I use the available offline option and listen later option, so you don't have to kill your data, you don't have to kill your battery when your Wi-Fi spot. Get all the episodes you want to listen to, and listen to them later. And of course, we are available on the SoundCloud app. That is our hosting site. I make sure all the episodes are downloadable. I think on iPhones they are downloadable, but on Androids they aren't. So that's why I'm a little like... But if you go to the website on SoundCloud, you can find us, and you can download them from there if you want to do. If you want to write to us, you can write to us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com. That's all spelled out, Two Strangers One Podcast. I got a brand new computer. Thank you to my dad for helping me out with basically a payment for the computer because we're recording this on a new system, and it sounded good when I was recording earlier. So, thank you, Dad.
I'm sure it was the old computer holding you back and not this antique microphone we're using.
The microphone has soul. It has spirit. It has
you guys seeing all this soul in the podcast?
I haven't. The funny thing is with the new computer, I don't have time to sign into the email account right now, but no one writes us anyway. But if you want to write us, you can write us at Two Strangers One Podcast.
Well, what happened to that one fan that writes all the time?
He fell off the fucking face of the earth. I don't know what happened.
Really?
Well, I don't know.
You think the Earth's flat? Oh, we got another hour to go then, man.
Well, let's go to the space station. Look. But yeah, but you can write to us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com. We want your money. We need your money. And until we set up a Patreon, what you can do is you can share and like us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/twostrangersonepodcast. Once again, all spelled out. And share this episode, like the page, share the entire page. And that'd be great. We also have a YouTube group, Two Strangers One Podcast Network. Let me see what else. We're on Twitter at Stranger Podcast. No, the episodes that are available online right now are really only from the past year. If you want to go back and listen to any of our other episodes from more than 5 years ago, we are on YouTube. Just search for Two Strangers One Podcast. You can find all the earlier 200 some odd shows. You can find my Stranger Vlogs, which I've done about 40 so far, and I have 2 in the pipe. And 2 up the butt, 2 in my anus, like a finger. And I also have my audiobook. If you want to hear my second book, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, you can listen to it totally for free on YouTube. Just search for Odd I See, A Tale from the Road. Also available on YouTube. And that's about it. I can't think of her speak on.
No, I got nothing going on, man.
I was like, fuck that. I got shit I got to do.
If you guys can tell me how to beat this part of Zelda I'm stuck on, that'd be great. Shoot me an email. Thunderblight Ganon's a bitch.
Thunderblight Ganon. So if you have any way to beat Thunderblight Ganon, you can write to us at twostrangersonepodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks. Get some traffic in that email account. Bunch of people telling me how bad I am at the game.
That's like the first half of the game. Like not even the first half.
Well, no, it's because you can tackle those dungeons in any order.
Oh, okay. Which I think is a total ripoff of Shadow of the Colossus, but for another day.
You can't tackle those in any order.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, you proved me wrong. I'm committing to
it. All right. Well, we certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening, had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to the Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Austin.
Don't be a stranger. Peace. We're out. Bye.
Chocolate.
You should be fapping. Balls.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I got to meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between 2 of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her. Fucking, she's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to the show. I assure you, sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
yeah.
Insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a fucking a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know, you're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.